Big Rob again, and I'm back. And today we're going to talk about using our connectors when we're going into our panel. And I was watching the student go into the box, and he wasn't sure how to go in. And from the top or the bottom or the side, he didn't even know what to use or what material to use. So today I said, I'm going to do a learning lesson. So one of the lessons I want to teach is I want to talk about just two different connectors. So you have an MC connector, and I want to show you how that looks, right? And then you have a Romex connector. I want to show you how that looks. And both of these connectors are used for different, not wire sizes, but different wire installations. So the MC connector is used for metal cable. And the way you do that. So the first thing you have to do is I'm going to show you the two different ways to go into the box with two different types of connectors. First, I would grab my linesman and a flathead screwdriver. Everybody let them know flathead has two flat sides. And I would go in. I would just tap it, and I would just take that little piece out. And I wouldn't want the hole no more bigger than what I need it for. So I would take this out, throw it in the garbage, right? The second thing I would do is I would take my MC connector and I would take the lug nut off. So you have a lug nut, because the lug nut secures it into the box. So I'm going to go into the top of the box, into the bottom of the box. I'm coming in from the bottom. So I just went into it. So this is an MC connector. So then I would take, the reason they call it an MC connector, because it's connected to MC wire. See, this is what they call MC, metal cable. See how the metal covering is covering your conductors? Or I just showed you how to put the MC connector in. So what I did was I took the MC connector out because I just wanted to show you how it goes into the box. But now I want to show you how it's connected to the MC cable. So the first thing you have to do is you have to cut it back and pull the plastic back. Then you take an anti-bushing. You see what an anti-bushing is? It's a little red thing. And what it does, it protects it from the metal cutting into the wire, right? And then you take the anti-bushing and you slide it down over it. And you take the MC connector, you slide it in, drop it down. What I usually do is I usually hold it. And then I take my screwdriver and I just tighten it up. See how I'm tightening it up? So see how I tighten it up so it won't come off. And then I would turn around where I tapped into to the hole in the box. I would slide it in. And then I would tighten it up, and then I would secure my wire either to the wall or to the beam. That is just for your MC connector. Now the next connector, I want to show you how to run into the box, and I see a lot of my students, before I even start to train them, they don't have understanding. They don't even know what connectors are. I say, anybody know what the different connectors are? And they just be scratching their head. But I'm here to save them, and I'm here to teach them. So the next connector is a Romex connector. Now, a Romex connector, if you're an electrician or you get into electrical field, this is a different type of wiring. So here, this is a Romex. This is Romex wire. Sometimes come in 14, comes in 12 gauge, and sometimes the wire 12 is yellow or blue, or sometimes in 14 is always white. I haven't seen any other colors out there. But we take this here, and this is how I usually do it. Everybody have their own way, right? I bring it to exactly to how much wire I need to go into the box, right? Then what I do is I tighten it on the outer insulation, right? I take my time. When you're going into the box, you want to make sure everything is done right. You don't want to do anything. You don't want it to be sloppy, or you don't want it to be neat. You don't want it to be loose. You want everything to be tight and in the most professional manner. The code book 110.12 says everything has to be done in a professional-like manner. So people are judging your work on your professionalism. This is code book. This is NEC code. 110.12. You got a code book, go look it up. And I usually have it real tight at this level. And then what I do is I take my box cutter, because I want the, if I bring it up closer, I want the clamp of the Romex connector to really hold on the outer insulation of the Romex. And then what I usually do is I just take my box cutter and I could do this in the box while I put it in the box, but I've been doing this so long. Sometimes I do it right before I put it in the box or after I put it in the box. So I make the cut, I pull back all the insulation, and I leave just an inch out, right? And then what I do, I come back, pull out my flathead screwdriver, and my lineman, I grab it, pull that piece out, throw it in the garbage, put my tools down, I grab my wire or from wherever it's coming in from. I stick it in, I take my lug nut, then sometimes to secure it, I take my flathead screwdriver and I grab the end of it, I tap it. And so now what I want to do is I want to bring the camera up close to you. Come on, follow me. And I want to show you how it's inside the box. Even though I would make my wires even though I would make my wires a little longer for my 90s going into the box. Today's lesson was really how to use a MC connector and a Romex connector to get in the box. And always remember, students, have a nice tool belt. You see how easy I was reaching for my material and my equipment? And it made the job so easy. Get your nice tool belt, something that's comfortable, you can move around, and when you try it on, do a little jogging in it, make yourself feel good in it, so you can feel comfortable when you're working. You don't want to feel heaviness on your hips with your tools. You really want to be working with a smoothness to get the job done. As I always say, the more you know, the more you grow. Peace.